This avocado grilled cheese is the perfect quick snack or quick weeknight dinner. I'm Justin from Cooking with Coit. I specialize in clean comfort cooking. And if you love this recipe, make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Let's get started. First, let's go over all the ingredients you need to make this recipe. Bread, I prefer brioche, avocado, butter, mozzarella cheese, and salt and pepper. And the only piece of special cooking equipment you're gonna need for this recipe is a small mixing bowl. All right, so before I get started here, I just wanna tell you this grilled cheese. Like, you might be wondering, why am I trying to teach you how to do a grilled cheese? Well, this one is very special because we're adding avocado, which gives this grilled cheese such an amazing creaminess. It's like the melted cheese plus the avocado. I also do a slice of tomato, which is absolutely amazing. It's really nice to have some fresh tomato in there. And you can also add a little bit of bacon if you want to. You could do a regular pork bacon or a turkey bacon. I suggest very crispy so that it has a nice crunch, but either way, you're gonna love this sandwich and I'm so excited to show it to you today. First thing we're gonna do is to de-seed and scoop out our avocado. Next thing you need to do is to mash up the avocado. Now you have two choices for this. You can use a regular like potato masher if you have one, or you can just use a simple fork. This works great too. All right, now we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste on this avocado. And then let's give it a nice mix so that it's all well combined. Now we're gonna set this avocado aside while we work on our bread. All right guys, so now we are going to add a little bit of butter to one side of each piece of bread. So grab out a little butter, just give it a spread. So if you're using brioche, it is a slightly delicate bread. I do suggest you bring the butter not really to room temperature, but you just warm it up a little bit if it's in your refrigerator, because otherwise you might be tearing the bread as you're scraping across it. So slightly warm butter is a lot easier to spread. You know, one thing that I always find really interesting is how many people out there think cooking needs to be really complicated, like this 3-hour recipe that just has so many steps and so many details and you have to be so skilled to do it. But I always feel like even making a grilled cheese sandwich is an act of cooking. And if you make a grilled cheese sandwich for your loved one or for your family or friend, that's a really special thing. So I hope you guys don't feel like you need to make a really complicated recipe to consider yourself a home cook. That is not the case at all. Have confidence in yourself and make whatever you want to make. All right guys, so now we are going to take our buttered pieces of bread and you want to take the buttered side down and place it right into a pan. Do it with both pieces. And very quickly here, we're gonna add our cheese right on top to the unbuttered side. There's really no measurement here that you need to worry about. Just add as much or as little cheese as you'd like. And I like to add cheese to both pieces of bread. And it's okay if the cheese falls off the side of the bread a little bit. It's actually really nice when it sort of melts around the crust, so don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be too perfect. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my top and put it right on top. This is gonna keep all of the humidity inside the pan, which is going to allow the cheese to melt as fast as possible. All right guys, so one quick note here. As you notice, the top has been on the pan the whole time, and we have gotten a really nice melt on the cheese. So now I'm gonna take it off. And the reason for that is I wanna make sure that the bread gets as crispy as possible now. So we don't want any of that humidity anymore. We wanna let that out, and let's focus on watching that the bottom of the bread gets nice and toasty brown. And if you need to, just turn up the heat on your burner a little bit at this point, just to get that brown a little bit faster. But we've already achieved a really nice melt on the cheese, so that is the first big milestone. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore, and let's focus on browning the bread. So even though we're just making a grilled cheese, you really have to give it a lot of attention, and the more love that you put into this grilled cheese, the better it's gonna taste, I promise you. I know that sounds hokey and ridiculous, but it's so true, especially if you're making it for a loved one. So really, take your time and focus on this. Don't be on TikTok or YouTube like over here, like messing around, because in that time, the bottom of the bread could burn, and we don't want that to happen. Let me show you guys how the bottom of the bread is looking at this point. I'm gonna see if I can show you that. So it is browning up nicely, but we still have a little ways to go. All right guys, we now have a really nice toast on the bread. So I'm gonna take the bread right out of the pan and put it back on our cutting board here. So now that we have the bread toasted and the cheese melted really nicely, let's go back to our avocado mixture, and we are going to pile it on nice and tall. All right, that is looking really beautiful. And I've already pre-sliced some of my fresh tomato, so I'm going to put that right on top. And again, to add a really nice crunch to this avocado grilled cheese, you could add bacon. Extra crispy bacon would be perfect. So now that I've got my avocado and tomato on, I'm going to go ahead and put the top piece of bread on. Oh my gosh, look at that toast. And now I'm gonna give this grilled cheese a cut. Really, the big decision is, do I go this way or do I go diagonally? That's such $1 million question. For me, I'm gonna go right across. Let me know what you guys prefer in the comments below. Do you like going in half this way or do you like going diagonally? Okay, let's give this a nice cut. Oh my gosh, do you hear that crunch? Oh, and I love when the avocado spills out of the side. This is beautiful, and check this out. All right, this avocado grilled cheese looks so beautiful. I cannot wait to give it a try. But before I do, if you love this recipe and you want to see more just like it, check out my healthy recipes playlist. Okay, let's get into it. There is simply nothing better in life than an avocado grilled cheese with a slice of tomato, some mozzarella cheese sitting on a perfectly toasted and buttered brioche bread. That's it. That's all you need to know. I hope you love this recipe and I hope you give it a try. I'll see you in the next video.